Why does the black man serve the white man? Why does everything the black man do benefit the white man? Why does the black man say freedom is doing what I want to do? And why is it that everything he wants to do enriches the European?
Welcome to the desert of the real.
Number 3 is we do not make enemies of other black people.
You know what? That one that was something that was difficult for me at first, like even like before coming to the BAIO, and not making enemies, but just hiding my disdain for people who are okay with the status quo. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and it's like not fair to them, but I just got so frustrated, and my temperament and patience for it just grew so thin for people to just keep on wanting to. And really, it was like the hamster wheeling, like doing the same stuff and thinking that it's effective, going to our enemies, asking them to help. Like you're gonna go to your enemies and ask them for freedom, not and say you fighting for it, you know. And now in terms of the like, oh, and now I'm frustrated. Matter of fact, just to put it to wrap it up, now it's more frustration of the people who are against nationhood, but say that they're for black people, and then treat us like we the ones that saying, nah, nigga, you can't come because you gay. Nah, you can't come because you got a white girl. Nah, you can't come because you from the Nation of Islam, or you Moorish American. It's like we're the ones actually saying, no, we don't care about none of that if you really with this nationhood, while everything else around us are in these little silos, thinking that they building their own nation, or thinking that they doing something when they doing the same thing and staying separate. So it's actually really hard for me, because while I won't make an enemy of them, I'll just cut them off. Like I have nothing to say to you, like straight up, because you want some bullshit to me. So that one is actually a challenge for me, just to be totally honest. Go ahead and cook.
So for me, yeah, word. And again, I agree with all that you were saying, because, and I'm glad that you showed, excuse me, some of your humanity in where you was with it, because I was in similar spaces. Like I was just like, well, fuck this segment of people, we can't deal with them.
Right.
But you know what I'm saying? But the reality of it is that if you're going to establish a new nation, it has to be built off of love. It has to. It just has to. Because all we've known here is fighting. That's all we've known. And the majority of the time it's been fighting one another. So the BAIO, I think, is making a bold declaration that we're tired of fighting each other, and that we want to, the foundational principle has to be that we all get along. And that's why when we had members of the BAIO that was divisive and wanted to fight all the time, we had to get rid of them. You know what I'm saying? Because these are people who would jump on social media every day looking for a fight with some new black person, whether it's from America or from the continent. And we was like, what are you doing? We're trying to make friends. And here it is, every time I turn around, you're trying to make enemies. When a person uses these words, y'all are not gonna like me. Well, then what the fuck? What is the use of what we doing here? You know what I'm saying? You know, you don't have to like me. No, actually we do. We do have to like you, and you have to like us for us to cooperate, period. Because, you know, we have gotten used to this concept in America of you know, you're doing it, you're there for business, or you're there for the job, and you don't have to like the other people. And that's what we learned. And when you live in that, and again, you're not gonna like every single person, but it kind of gives you an out. It gives you an out so that you don't have to be mature enough to work over your differences with somebody and love them regardless. And to me, that's what I love about the BIO, is because we're not going to tolerate religious fighting. We're not going to tolerate, like orientation fighting, none of that stuff. What we're saying is this is a big tent that we're enforcing brotherhood and sisterhood, and you got to come correct if you come with us. So I think that is and if you think about it, that principle is a principle that has been carried through the organizations from the first, second, and third generation. All the major organizations tried to stamp out the fighting, and we're carrying on that tradition, and I'm honored to be a part of that.
Definitely. And I want to add something to what you guys said, just as, you know, to put a button on it.
Indeed.
If our enemy doesn't differentiate or see distinction between us, neither will we.
Right.
And one of the points that I've made for the longest is, I hear Black folks with this uncompromising position when it comes to dealing with anything other than their ideology and their way of looking at things.
Mm-hmm.
And the issue that I have with that and the hypocrisy of it is that all you Negroes live together here in this country.
Right.
So if you can live with all these ideologies here in this country, don't give me this line in the sand when it comes to nationhood for your own people.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not trying to hear it. You full of shit.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we mean. It doesn't mean that every Black person is going to be involved in the nationhood process. But the whole point of us starting a nation is so we can start a nation for our people, period.
Sure.
And our people are over here getting killed and suffering and being second and third class citizens, no matter what your ideology is.
Right.
So it's just kind of stupid to us for you to make some line in the sand or draw some distinctions when your damn enemy isn't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just wanted to put that button on what the brothers just said.
You can't compare to the status right here. Legendary worldwide, we can battle right here. Listen, Junior, I'ma tear back your win. This ain't TV, but I'll show you what a fear factor is. Stop grilling me, and all that fronting is killing me. You leave me no choice but to hurt your feelings, G. About to slap rappers around the